Yo, what is up, guys? Hopefully this video doesn't have too much background noise because there are some guys working outside my house fixing it up. Um, but um, I'm gonna make a tier list on Mortal Kombat today of characters I think that are great, like how much I like a character actually, and how cool I think they look and play. But I decided to exclude all the guest characters. I believe I got them all. Maybe I'm forgetting some here, but if I get to them, then I'll put them back. Um, but I just want to keep the strictly Mortal Kombat characters. Um, and I didn't do that for my Tekken one, but it's just because I'm not as well versed in how majority of these guys play. Like, never played him, never played him, never played him. Uh, I don't. I haven't played these two. I only saw my brother play them, but even then, I don't know. Never played, never played. I've only played like these three right here. That's it. So I'm not gonna talk about them really, but I'm gonna talk about these characters, and then depending if people like this video, or maybe I'll just do it anyways. I think I'm gonna make a fatality tier list, like overall how every single character's fatalities, how good were they throughout the series? Because I think that would be really cool. But let me know if you guys want that. Anyways, let's start off. Um, Astra, however you say it. I'm gonna put her in meh. And I know she's in MK1. I don't know how good or cool she is in that game. I just barely played MK1. I did not like the game. I don't really want to go back to it unless people want me to make content on it. Otherwise, I probably won't play it again. But she was never an interesting character. I always saw her as a female Raiden when I was a young kid. Um, and I don't know. Now, Baraka, though, this is my childhood favorite character. Him and Johnny Cage are my MK9 team, especially the Johnny K outfit. Uh, Johnny K, Johnny Cage outfit with the from like an MK9, not the suit one. I used to really like just the shirtless one with the cage in the chest. I thought that shit was so tough. I was like 4 or 5, and I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. And Baraka was a part of that team. But what I say is one of the best characters in the fighting game. Like, or not in and not in the FGC. Sorry, one of the best characters in. I'll just put in fighting games right there. I don't know if I'd say that. Maybe later I'll come back. Now, Blaze is a character who I think isn't that cool. Um, but I wouldn't say he fully sucks either. I just never thought. I think this game, Mortal Kombat, has sort of a half and half. It has some of the best bosses in fighting games, and it also has some of the worst. Um, so I think I'd honestly put him here in dislike. I just don't really think he's all that interesting. He's just a guy on fire. And his version where he's not on fire, or well, he's on fire, but he's like not the huge version, is even worse looking. It's fucking atrocious in Armageddon. Now, I'm gonna put Baracho and Foley sucks, and it's mainly for G Star. Whatever happened to that guy, man? He was so funny. I don't know if he still posts or anything, or if he like stream. I don't even know anything else about it. I just loved his Baracho rants, so it's a little unfortunate, but yeah, just out of respect for him, I'll put him in Foley sucks. Um, Cassie Cage is a character who is sort of meh. I don't really care about her. Um, I never was too interested in her, and I don't even have that much to say about her. Johnny Cage is just way cooler. Sonya is way cooler. Um, and I couldn't even tell you her name. I forgot what her name is. She's from MK11. I know she was in the story. I'm gonna put her in Meh because I don't really remember what she does. I think she like sacrifices herself or something. But I'm probably completely wrong on that. Now, Chameleon, I think is the thing with Chameleon is there's not too much going on with him. Like he's not really an important character at all. But I think he looks pretty cool. But besides, he has literally nothing going for him besides sort of looking cool, I guess. So I'm gonna put him in Met as well. You're gonna see there's gonna be a trend of like characters like that. Now, Cyber Sub Zero. This is a character who I think can fluctuate probably between these two. I'm gonna put him in good though. I remember as a kid seeing him turn into that because MK9 was my. I don't know if it was my first Tekken. It was either MK9 or MK Armageddon or maybe Deception. It was one of those three. I just can't remember. I was so young. I played all three. I'm only 18, right? So MK9 was already out by the time I was 4. And I would play those games, those three in specific. And I remember when I first played the story and saw this guy, I thought he looked sick. It's just Sub Zero, right? But I don't even remember exactly what happens. I just think he looks nice. I'll go with that. It's my tier list. So now Cyrax has the potential to go up here. This guy has always looked sick. His bombs, his nets, his chainsaw, his fatalities are phenomenal. But do I want to put him up there? It's a little bit. So far, I'm gonna put him in one of the best in fighting is because I think his design is absolutely amazing and has always been amazing. I've always loved it. Dagon, I believe, was his name. I mean, there's not even much to dislike. I mean, I'm just gonna put him in meh. The fuck does this guy even do? He's so he's so bland. Actually, he might go into no opinion. Should I put him in no opinion? Or actually, here, let me do this. DLC at a row below. No opinion. Or do you guys think that would be kind of bad? I don't know. Maybe I'll backtrack on it later, but no opinion for now. And let me change the color to like there. Oh wait, now these two are the same. Fuck. There. Um, Dairo, this guy sucks ass. He has a big fucking forehead. He looks stupid as shit, and he's not interesting. And I'm pretty sure that he's Havoc in MK1, but I'm not quite sure. And I'm not gonna play the game to find out. But I'm pretty sure he is in that game. They like retconned him out, so he's not even a real character anymore. Yeah, so fuck you for having such a shit design. And I'm pretty sure this guy is completely busted in MK Deception. So that's kind of funny. Now Darius is he kind of looks like what's that guy called? Is it Blade? It might be Blade. I can't even remember. If I'm thinking of the right guy. Uh, but he's just not an interesting character to me. He's always looked really fucking bland. And I searched it up, and I can't remember if it's Blade because I see him here, but Blade this guy's not bald. I don't know. He looks like somebody, but I can't put my finger on who. So, but it might be him, and just with without the hair. What the fuck was just on my screen? What is this shit? Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. I forget what's this guy's name. Oh man, Draman. That's it. He's sort of mad. I don't dislike him. He's not all that interesting. I mean, his club is kind of cool, but he's got flies all over him. Eh. Devore is a character I dislike, and not even just because she just kills everybody in the story that she fights for some reason. It has nothing to do with that. For her killing fan favorites, I just fucking hate her. I don't like her fatalities because they gross me the fuck out. I just hate bugs. So she's gonna go here. I'd put her in fully sucks, but she's not that bad. I'm only just putting her here out of my bias. Now, Aaron Black is a character ever since MKX. I just thought looked really, really cool. I really liked him in MKX. I liked how he played a bit. Now, I don't know if a lot of people share that sentiment or not, because I don't really know what characters people do and don't like besides the very basic ones. But I think that Aaron Black was always a pretty interesting character with his variations and how he played in MKX. And in MK11, I don't remember him too much, but it's whatever. Ferritor is. I think actually, you know what? These guys are sort of interesting, but they don't. They have no real presence. Like I can't tell you a single thing about them. They look cool and interesting, but I couldn't tell you anything. So I'm gonna put them at the top of meh because their design is really cool. I'd say I really like it. It's probably my favorite out of all these so far. But I just can't put myself to bring any higher or any lower. I mean, I have no opinion. No Frost always been sort of a boring character to me. Actually, you know what? I kind of like her older designs. But she's always just been a female Sub-Zero, to be honest. She's not that interesting. Um, I'll put her here. Um, Fujin. Um, I don't know too much about Fujin. I think that he looks sort of cool. And I kind of like his wind stuff, so I'm gonna put him in maybe good, maybe meh. I like his designs. I'll say that. So since I sort of think he's cool and his win stuff is cool, I'm gonna put him here. I don't think he sucks. Nogaris is a character who I think is badass. I don't know if I'd put him any higher, but I definitely wouldn't put him any lower. I think this character actually could go to. I think he's really, really interesting with the sand. I'm not gonna lie, just the way he is and how he just keeps coming back to life. I think that he could definitely be here. I'm gonna put him here. I don't know how controversial that is, but I don't care. He's fucking sick. Um, I fucking love the time stuff. I thought it was and how he could just give you bag shots. Like you see that one dude giving people bag shots with him and then just leaving. That's pretty cool too. That has a big play in this this thing I'm doing here. Sorry, just had to check my door. Now Goro. I, what I'm gonna put Goro right here for now, and I think actually, you know what? I have to put Goro. This guy's the most iconic sub boss in fighting game history. Honestly, I don't think anybody even compares as a sub boss. Um, he's just like one of the best in the fighting games. I'd say I'd probably put this like top 100 characters maybe because there's so many fighting games, right? But for me, these guys are so far top 100. These guys could be my top 100, but I'm not 100% sure right off the top of my head. I'm thinking of every single character, but these two are guaranteed for me. Havoc, I think Havoc has always been really cool. I've always liked his outfits. Now, MK1 Havoc, I'm not too sure on. But his older ones, I remember everybody for years and years and years were always like, bring back Havoc. And it's because everybody thought he looked sick. His alternate outfit was great too. Here. I always liked this one a lot. Look at it. I think it's supposed to be an alternate for Noob Saibot. Yeah. See? Um, but it was just, he looked fantastic, man. He deserves to be here, in my opinion. Hotaru is meh. I used to think he looked cool as a kid, but looking back at it, he's just not interesting in any way. I mean, he just kind of looks like he just went to he's samurai, like he went to war, I guess. But he definitely doesn't look bad. I'll put him here. Suhao sucks. Everybody knows this. Jackie, actually, not Jackie. I think is a little bit worse than Cassie, but I don't know if I dislike. It's I think Cassie's a little bit more interesting. Jackie is just like exactly like Jax, but mm, nah, actually, Cassie's also sort of like her parents. Actually, I'm just gonna keep her. I'll put her in meh. I don't care about them, but Jade, especially MK9 Jade, for all the right reasons, was pretty awesome. Jarek, and also you know the reason I'm talking about. When you win, the win pose is tough. Jarek, one of the best, just for his ending alone. Actually, you know what? I don't know above Jarek. We're gonna color that black. I guess it's not necessarily black, but you know what I mean. Whoa, what am I doing? Whoa, whoa, whoa! Jarek can't be below anybody. We're gonna actually here. There, Jarek. Jax. I think Jax is top of good, maybe pretty awesome even. I think he's a really cool character. But he's not as interesting as some of the other characters here. I think actually maybe Jade could go down one because actually besides MK9, I don't actually no. Jade's fine. Jade's fine. Jax. I'm gonna put Jax up here. Actually, I actually think he's cool. He's a badass. Now Johnny, my OG, him and Baraka. But Baraka, I don't hasn't quite stuck with me as much. And when I played MK1, I played Johnny, so I'm gonna put him here. I love Johnny. He's funny. I like his fatalities and everything. Cabal. Um, I think he's really cool. I liked him a lot in MK9. In MK11 he looks pretty cool too. But I'm gonna put him in pretty awesome. Kai, his character kind of sucks. Maybe dislike. He could fluctuate. I'm gonna put him in dislike. He's not as bad as these two. So I'm gonna leave him there. But he's really really boring. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be like Liu Kang, like sort of like a Liu Kang or something like that, or he's under. I don't really remember MK4 stuff, but Kano, I think Kano's just good. He's one of the OG characters, so I never felt too much interest in. So I'm gonna put him here. Kenshi, Kenshi is Kenshi's sick. His MK9 design is so fucking clean. He had some great ones in MKX as well, and he's always sort of looked the same for the most part with slight differences, but he looked amazing in every game. He's always been awesome. Um, this chameleon also man. I mean, I think she looks a little better, but so just there. Kintaro, it's just Goro, but a cat. I think I liked him a lot. When I was a kid, I would have put him up here. Goro would have been lower, but now looking back at it, I think it would have been good. He's just a cat. Kira, this character, I dislike her. She's boring as fuck. She's not really interesting in any way. Um, she sort of looks like Harley Quinn though, so that's why I'm gonna put her in dislike instead of fully sucks. Katana, pretty great. She's always looked great. And I like her fans and how they work. This character, Ken, Ken is boring. It's just Ken, and I don't like Ken in Street Fighter 6. So I don't know why he made a guest appearance, bro. The collector, I think, I don't know. The collector is kind of an interesting character. I don't remember too much how he fights, but I remember he's a really cool guy. Like he uses things like collects. I mean, and then he like puts you in his bag. I'm pretty sure. I thought that was pretty cool. I'm gonna put him in good. I just like this fatality and like what he does when he wins, his win pose. Now Kotal Khan is somebody I wasn't too interested in, so I don't know if I'd where I'd put him. I don't know if people like Kotal Khan, but like he'll never be Shao Kahn. So uh, Kung Jin is boring as hell. Um, Nothing about him is interesting. He's a fucking archer guy. Who the fuck? Like, why would you want to be an archer? I'm kidding. Kung Lao. Uh, I, I was gonna put him in good, but remembering his fatalities, oh man, they are fucking sick. Also, you know what? This isn't ordered. I know that some of them I move here, like maybe, but overall, this list isn't ordered. Um, like a lot of this is just meshed together here. But I wouldn't put them in that exact order. But Kung Lao, definitely a really cool character. He has some of the best fatalities in history. Li Mei. Mm, she's always been pretty boring. Actually, you know what? I was gonna put her in meh, but I remember that dumbass fatality where she just kicks him through the stomach, and it reminds me this character sucks. I'm kidding. I'll put her meh. She's not really that bad. Liu Kang, super iconic. I mean, I have to put him here, right? Um, I mean, this is the Law. Actually, no, because he's cooler than Law in Tekken. I don't really like Law that much. But Movado, or I guess actually Law's kind of cool. He's just annoying. Movado, I think I'm gonna put him here because as a kid I thought he was so cool with the coat. Um, his fatality is lame as fuck. Meat, I'm not gonna put him in fully sucks because he's not even necessarily like a real character. I mean, he's just kind of like, I mean, meat, you know. Now Melina, probably the best girl in Mortal Kombat. Actually, I don't know. Would I put her here? She's definitely the most iconic of them, but at least in my opinion. But I think if I don't put her here, I'm probably gonna get death threats by the Melina stands. But I'll put her here just to have at least one girl. I mean, that's not really the reason why, but Mocap, Moloch, those two suck. Um, Motaro. The thing with Motaro is it depends on which version. If we're talking about MK3, holy shit, that hammer's loud as fuck. Then I probably put him in pretty awesome. But if we're talking about MK Armageddon, I'd probably put him at fully sucks. So we're gonna compensate and put him right in the middle. Okay, that shit stop appearing on my fucking screen. I hate that shit. I don't even know how that starts coming up. I don't even fucking look at the news. Nightwolf, I think he's good. I like some of his fatalities. I know some of them are lame as fuck, but I like some of them. I think he was the one with the sunlight thing, or the ray, the ray light, whatever the fuck from MK9, I believe. So yeah, Natara has always been boring as fuck. I remember people wanted her back, and when before MK1 and like before even MK11, people would make videos bring this character back, but she's never, Now, Noob Saibot up here for sure. I don't even have to say anything. Onaga, I'm gonna put him in pretty awesome. This character just looks absolutely fucking sick. I don't think he's the best boss though. I think, and I don't even have to say why. Everybody knows who the best boss is. When I was younger, I thought that him and Shang Tsung, Quan Chi and Shang Tsung were the two lamest characters ever, especially in MK9. But looking back at it, I think they're actually kind of cool. They're nice designs. I actually like them. I'm gonna put him in good though. Maybe I put him at the end of pretty. No, I'll put him in good. Raiden. Raiden has never been as interesting as a lot of the other characters to me, but he's still not a bad character. Rain. Rain has always had some phenomenal outfits. Besides that, I don't really care about him. Reiko, he's just meh. I remember everybody thought he was Shao Kahn or something, but it was like I'm pretty sure he just put it on because he liked it. I don't know. Reptile, I could put him up here, but I also could put him here. I'm gonna put him in pretty awesome. I think maybe. Actually, no, I have to. You know what? I have to put Reptile. Reptile is just so incredibly iconic. First secret character, I believe, in a game too, or at least in a fighting game. And Serena, she's meh. I don't really have any thoughts on her. Um, zero words. Matter of fact, where's the other one? Zero words. Nothing is needed. Sector. I think he's not as good as Cyrax, so I'm putting him in pretty awesome. But I think he looks really nice. And Shang Tsung, I'd put him in pretty awesome. I could maybe put him in one of the best, but I'm not going to, just because I think the other characters are sort of on a different league. Shao Kahn, one of the best, so easily. And Shinnok to me is I kind of like his design in the skeletons, but he's one of the weaker bosses, I'd say. Um, Shinnok, I'd put Shinnok in. Why am I saying Shinnok? I'm sorry, Shujinko. Shujinko is man. I liked him more as a kid when I played Deception. Now I don't have anything interesting to say about him. Sindel, I think she's just a good character. I like her screaming stuff, and some of her fatalities are cool, but I don't care too much. Scarlet, same thing. I think she's kind of cool, but I don't have too much to say about her. Now, Smoke. This character is another one of those characters that is iconic as hell, and everybody glazes, but it's sort of deserved. Sonya is pretty awesome. She's a really nice female fighter. She actually typically I only really play male fighters, but I think that she actually is pretty good. I mean, I can sort of tell that I mostly, but it's okay. Striker. Now listen. Most this is one I think a lot of people would disagree. I think most people would put him in these two, or maybe this one. But as a kid, his MK9 one was so fucking awesome. He was my other character that I played. If I wasn't playing Baraka and Johnny Cage, it was him. I loved him. Takeda, I don't really care about any of the new kids, to be honest. I mean, he's the only one I think is actually pretty great. Um, and it's just because he just plays so different from like. So, well, I mean, Kung Jin is also sort of unique, but he's lame as fuck. Tanya, she's just whatever to me. Taven, he's just whatever. You know what? I'm gonna get rid of the no opinion because I'm not really using it for anybody. I'm gonna put him in just meh. He just exists. Trevor or Tremor? I think his name's Tremor. He's good. I like his rock stuff, his fatalities, but I don't even remember him too much besides that. I think he appeared in Special Forces, which I might actually do a playthrough of because that game is so shit. Um, this is this Triborg? I believe this is Triborg, but I don't even know. I'm gonna just put Triborg here because if it is Triborg, then it's just those three. Let me go with Shiva. Shiva is meh. No, it's nothing on her. But Ermac could go up here. Ermac could go here, or I'd put him at here. I think I don't know honestly. I think this list isn't that bad. Maybe I'll put. I think Ermac is way too cool. I'm gonna put him here. Overall, I don't think this list is too egregious. I mean, you could move a lot of these characters. Here, let me. Uh, what you could do here is you could move a lot of these characters up or down because to me there's not a huge difference from Baraka to Johnny Cage. I think Johnny Cage is a bit more iconic, so I put him up there and I didn't put Baraka there because these are some of the most iconic characters. Um, and same thing with like I don't know Quan Chi and Shang Tsung. They're both pretty iconic, I guess. But I just think one is a lot more interesting when he fights, like the Soul Steel stuff, especially. I liked his Joker fatality in MK9. That one was kind of funny. Um, but you could change a lot of these guys. There's no specific way to rank them, but I think that this tier list so far, well, I mean, I think it's good only because it's mine of how much I like them. But let me know what you guys think and what you would change. And I think I put Triborg in the wrong spot. Um, but actually, no, I forgot. I said I'll keep him there. But yeah, have a good rest of your day and bye bye.